Hello, SpeedGaming 2, and welcome to another No Logic Tournament 2022 match between Wulfy and Flipheal. This is the losers bracket round 1 match between these two, first of a best of 3 series. And I am Kralbell, and I'm joined here today by my co-commentator Breadcoon. How are you doing today, Bread?
I just rolled out of bed like 10 minutes ago.
All right, nothing to start the day like a nice, complex, no logic race where we get to keep track of all sorts of shenanigans. And speaking of keeping track, we have one of the admins, Attorney Krithel, in handling tracking for us. Thank you very much, Krithel. And for our audio, we have Wulfy using the vanilla audio, and that's what you hear right now. And Flipheal on the right is using the Grand Poo World 2 MSU pack. So if we end up switching audio over to Flipheal's side, then that's what you'll be hearing. And we should be getting started in just a moment. So while we are getting started, I should mention the path that our two runners took to get to this stage of the brackets. Wulfy went, let's see, he went 0-2 against Foxless, and Flipheal went, where is that on the bracket? Went 0-2 against Visacat. So those were their first rounds in the winners bracket, and that brought them to facing each other today. And looks like we're off.
Okay. I'm assuming this is probably going to be a similar hobo play with Flipheal checking Highly Island first. Piece of heart, nothing. Not going to go for it. Maybe also just win at the prize pack at the same time.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Wulfy not do the Highly Island check. I've seen a couple of the runners do that. Water walking over to the Zora area is a pretty common early game play, and that's a perfectly fine time to check out that item. Probably faster, I guess. Maybe avoids 2 screen transitions. Looks like Wulfy's getting that information anyway.
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to play to make if you decide to do the the new hot swimmy G method of Ice Rod Cave. Then it's checking it while water walking is a lot easier to do right out the gate. But for now, both of them gone hobo, and now both of them rushing Saha's closet.
Yep, getting some nice early checks to hopefully find something that pays off in the checks they'll be doing after this. So let's see what's in Saha. There's a glove that can be really nice. Gives you a much easier access to the back of Escape, especially.
Oh no, my play would be ruined.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah, so we'll see if one or both of them go immediately to those checks. Looks like that's what Wulfy's doing. And it looks like they're both doing that, so almost identical openers so far.
Not even in any mode, getting the glove is just, oh hey, back of Escape is just 3 free items. Let's go.
Yep. And we've got money, and more money, and a shovel. Well, yeah, getting that shovel before doing the desert area checks can really pay off. Was that a reset on Flipheal's side?
It looks like it.
That's interesting. I doubt that was on purpose.
I feel like it was. The question is what he plans on doing, because at the very least, even the money is good.
Yeah. It looks like
maybe it was on accident.
Yeah, it looks like that was a mistake, because he's going back, and yeah, there's no good reason to walk away from that money and
a fetch quest.
And to put off the shovel check like that.
Yep. And Wulfy doing the new DMA that's not very new.
the new old DMA. This takes him to the bottom of Old Man Cave. Looks like he's using quick swapping to determine whether or not he's in the door. You'll often see people use boots dust for navigation. It's a little slower than just walking, because the boots dust, kicking up boots dust slows you down. But Wulfy is, I know cross keys is one of Wulfy's favorite modes, so I'm sure from cross keys, Wulfy has a lot of experience walking through this connector without the use of any boots dust or anything for that matter.
Yeah, I feel like this is just a dark room that everybody does so much. You can easily just learn to do it without anything really.
Yep.
Just getting some tree pull checks and bush crab checks.
Oh, I missed that. I missed that the item in Sanctuary. Well, no, the item in the Sanctuary wasn't a shield, so.
That item in Sank was blue mail. There was no shield found yet.
That's right. So it couldn't have been a shield reset because they haven't found a shield.
Yep. I think it was purely maybe he thought it was a shield at first, and then hit reset and went, "Wait a sec."
Yeah, maybe
this is not a shield.
And there's a cane. Very nice.
Look, Crithel, shield and shovel both start with the same two letters. Sometimes you can get confused.
Alright, so once again our two runners are pretty much in sync. Only difference is that Wulfy already has the old man spawn point from and I think the graveyard. Wait, no, Wulfy didn't do graveyard ledge. Did he just?
No, he just rescued old man left.
Okay, rescue the old man and left. Yeah, that's reasonable. The cabbages can often bother you on your way to graveyard ledge from there.
Yeah, swordless graveyard ledge takes a little bit longer, and you can easily get trolled by cabbages.
Yep.
Just RNG. Hey, convenient flute here in Kakariko. That's our shopping cart for potions.
Yep. We've got some nice sync on the two sides here.
Yeah, almost simultaneous, really.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who ends up frames ahead at the end of Kakariko, because their path through the next several checks we can assume to be basically identical.
Some extra bombs that, luckily enough for Wulfy, just ran out.
So
a little convenient. Oh, and then there's a bunch of bombs back there, so it doesn't even matter.
Even more extra. So I guess while our runners are doing these non-glitch checks, oh shoot, interrupting myself. I wonder if that was Flipheal resetting away the mail upgrade. Because did he? Yeah, it looks like he didn't pick up the mail upgrade again.
No. His sprite's the blue piranha, so he picked it up again.
But Wulfy has red mail.
Because there's a. Oh, yeah. That's
yeah.
He reset away the mail.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's a little unfortunate because he on the mirror right away, so you're not really going to be doing much death warping, which is the only reason having a lower mail level would be an advantage. But not knowing that's kind of a reasonable play to make, I think.
Plus, I guess now, whenever he wants to grab the red mail, it's literally at sync. You can just kind of grab it if he wants to, whenever.
Oh, that's true. Archetype brings up a good point. Death Hole on red mail is a little bit more annoying than Death Hole on blue mail. And given that they have the cane, that could come into play at some point. We'll have to see. There's some information, potentially valuable information in the library. Of course, that's where you go to for information.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
This is a full key sanity mode, so all maps, compasses, big and small keys are shuffled. Ooh, looks like Flipheal and Wulfy are choosing different teleports. I don't remember if this one that Flipheal's doing.
It looks like it's more like the Dark
works.
World teleport. I don't think it does. Well, unless he's planning to go to. Oh no, never mind. This one does work. It's just 2 teleports instead of 1. It's like 2 regular down teleports instead of 1 irregular down teleport.
Okay. I guess that makes sense because you can link that up with the other with race game if you wanted to. You could just only learn that second teleport and then just vary the first. It's a little bit slower, but that makes sense.
This is a little easier to memorize to just normal teleports.
Yep. Makes sense.
Now for the usual, doing a little moving over just a singular pixel, getting positioned just right to get hit into the quadrant at the correct spot, and makes camera do funny things when you transition.
Yeah.
And we're in the right side of desert now, where we get the map to desert, and it's a crystal.
So Flipheal is attempting the same thing. He's doing some single frame inputs to get on the right pixel. See if he did it successfully, and looks like he did. I didn't see what the second item was.
It was a heart, I believe.
Huh. Full Light World map information. That's Crystal at Hera.
Oh, now we're gonna see the items on Flipheal's side anyway. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yep. Piece of heart.
And now we see a magic powder.
Literal. All right. Flipheal is doing what is very understandable. Doing a death warp when just using the mirror would suffice, but it's so rare that you have the mirror in this situation that
it's kind of automatic, just set up for death warp.
Yeah. And we have chat roasting our runners for skipping the opportunity to do a glitch that in this situation, if you're in this area and you have the glove and the mirror, you can do a glitch called Blockbuster to get early and pretty easy access to the Hammer Peg Cave. So looks like both of our runners chose not to do that. That's a relatively new glitch.
Yeah, it's a bit finicky. It is relatively consistent. It is just a strange timing to it. It doesn't come up a ton, so it's not surprising that not a ton of people are super practiced in it. But it is really cool if you make it work.
Oh yeah, I think we've seen it a few times in this tournament so far. Yeah, very visually impressive. Yeah, it's interesting that Wulfy skipped the boomerang. The boomerang can be useful for certain glitches later in the race.
Yeah, with our Samaria in hand and a powder in hand, we are actually close to a bit of a more difficult version of hook push. Well, in terms of just being difficult, more so just being really annoying to set up hook push.
Yeah, we'll see if our runners do find the hook shot, then we'll see what their familiarity with hook pushing may be.
And we also got the ice rod, one of our 2 ice rods, out of Mini Moldarm Cave.
Yep, that's a good time to mention that in the no logic format, any of the 216 items can be placed in any of the 216 locations. The only modification we've done for this tournament is we've removed 2 of the trash items from the pool and replaced them with duplicates of the fire and ice rod, and that just cuts down on the number of unwinnable seeds. Without that modification, anytime the fire or ice rod ends up on Trinex, or locked behind Trinex, and Trinex is a crystal, then that seed is completely unwinnable under the current rule set, which is that you have to kill all crystal-bearing bosses, as well as obtaining their crystals, not necessarily in the same trip. But that's impossible if the rods are locked behind Trinex. So with adding the duplicates to the pool, it makes it almost impossible for an unwinnable seed to happen.
And we see Flipheal opting to do the trying to clip door juke, or attempting the door juke, decide to stop. You can door juke from there to Keen's Tomb, which is a nice little bit of routing. I mean, you have with access to the mountain, you can easily just jump down to Keen's Tomb if you want anyway, but it is just a nice, convenient little bit of routing if you can do it.
Yep, and looks like Wulfy remembered that he got that shovel early on. I can't remember if Wulfy auto tracks, and I'm not sure if Flipheal does. So, yeah, I'm not sure if he just forgot that he had the shovel, or for whatever reason, Wulfy went and picked up that boomerang, and this could be significant. On Flipheal's side, that magic bat item was kind of isolated there, but it looks like it's only 50 rupees. I guess with the flute, it's not very isolated.
Yeah. With the flute, if you want to get back there, you can. It might just be saving it, just waiting for like a bottle. Just do it at the same time.
Yep.
This is Wulfy going to Hera. Yeah. I think he has a slightly wrong pixel.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit too high on boots clipping into that diagonal. Doing this clip without without super speed is a little bit more finicky. But fortunately, right next to a spawn, very easy to retry. There he goes.
You only lose like 10 seconds or so, really. It's not the end of the world if you mess it up once. So we got Flipheal rescuing Old Man. Gonna grab that quick. I'm gonna see Wulfy grab this chest, which is just a small key to ice. I mean, it's not the worst small key you can get. Makes ice routing slightly more convenient.
Yeah. If you end up in ice state, that is. Which is pretty common, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time, if you're going to ice and it's a crystal, you're probably just going to clear it in ice state anyway. There's not much point to clear it in cave state.
Yeah. All right, and we have most of what we've seen so far, aside from the quadrant glitch that we saw both of our runners do. Everything else we've seen so far is pretty standard overworld glitches, early game routing, which is kind of typical for this format. We'll be taking a quick look at that floating island item. I didn't catch what it was, but looks like it wasn't important enough to grab. If it was, then we would have
It was
seen
20
a
bucks.
teleport up there. Ah, $20. $20. Is that the boots
Red
or
rupee.
is it red ruby? Okay.
Just red rupee. Which is not the biggest concern. I mean, the
Hey.
20 is nice, but it's not worth going out of your way for Floating Island for. Also, our
Yeah,
first
absolutely.
bottle.
Yeah, that is one of the most powerful tools in No Logic. Certainly the most powerful individual tool. Like the hookshot can completely break the game when combined with a bunch of other items, whereas a bottle lets you do all sorts of broken transitions just with the use of potions.
Also, we found one of our 4 magical cave state big keys in Paradox of Thieves Town. For whatever reason. I honestly, I am not sure the reason why. Also, Flipheal getting guard.
Yeah, I flinched there because I forgot Flipheal had the blue mail, and otherwise that red Tektite would have done 2 damage and killed him.
Yeah, so we have there's 4 keys in the game that when you go into a dungeon cave state, which Wulfy might just do here in a moment. When you enter a dungeon, and while the game thinks you're in a cave, and when you do that, when the game looks at keys, full for 1, you have 255 keys, small keys, so you have basically unlimited keys. And 2, when for whatever reason, the big key to Thieves, the big key to Pod, to Hyrule Castle, and GT all work as a big key in cave state that you can just kind of spend in any dungeon as long as you're in that state. And it's nice to have one of those 4. Granted, since the Hyrule Castle big is always in the exact same spot no matter what, that is always an option to go grab. Usually you want one of those keys before you do any routing. And also both runners opting to do Pyramid Fairy with the mirror, which is actually a
Yeah,
feature that you see sort of often in OWG.
although I'm almost certain that Flipheal's mirror offset portal there was several pixels too low.
His that bunny sprite is like really tiny, so it's gonna look a lot different. Like compared to a lot of other sprites, it's like the fish sprite in size.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like that was too low. So I didn't see what Wolfie got from there.
No,
Oh,
think
he
he
can
gets
fix it.
something.
Right. This is a nice recovery, taking advantage of the fact that you don't go through portals while holding bushes. Oh my gosh, that is a nice recovery. Wow. Oh, the flippers were there. Okay, that's definitely worth it. Flippers are not required in this mode, but can be very, very nice depending on how much stuff is needed in Swamp Palace. Bypassing the flippers there can range from annoying to excruciating.
Yeah, the main trick to bypass flippers in Swamp Palace is called fake clippers, and that can be a difficult trick for a lot of people.
Yeah,
Fake clippers, it's basically hovering but on your D-pad while you're holding left and you hover on the down input. That's essentially basically what you're doing, and it can be a difficult input. So Wulfy opting to just do Dark Cross real fast, because I mean, I guess why not while you're here. Pretty fast check. Is he opting? Oh yeah, Wulfy's opting to just do escape.
Yeah,
Either
interesting to do Dark Cross before going
you
to
have
Zelda
mirror,
Spell.
and you have mirror. It's
Yeah, I guess there's not much reason to do one instead of the other, but I don't know.
seems
I
just
guess
like
I don't
probably just
usually. And wait, Flipheal's doing the same thing. What is going on?
I'm not sure. I mean, I guess they just see it as a I'm here. They probably intend to use that green potion to go to Thebes, is my guessing. And they're probably thinking about just knocking this out while they're in the area. Hopefully they know that Thieves' big key works in Cave State.
Yeah,
I would assume as much, but I don't know.
yeah. The problem with following, with immediately chasing the thieves' big key and saying, "Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna go for the easily accessible early stuff in Hyrule Castle. I'm gonna just immediately go into cave state dungeons like Thieves Down in Pod." If really important items end up in these checks in Hyrule Castle, it can be really hard to justify making your way back here, and that can be a pretty big vulnerability that we have seen decide races in this tournament. So, playing it safe by making those checks even when they might not be necessary is a pretty common play.
Yeah, so Wulfy leaving, checking sick kid. I guess it's the last isolated check that he has. Oh, it's a red moraine.
JDS pointing out in chat that yes, one of the races in this tournament was decided by that difference was theirs. I think there have been others though. Now this is interesting. Wulfy doing a technique that you don't really see every day in this tourney. That is the bomb clip up to the back of desert, a little bit faster than fluting to Kakariko and going down from there. It just has a rather specific, specific setup for it.
So it looks like so Wulfy is going to decide to just clean up and finish off desert real quick here. I mean, it is clearable.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting play. There's not really any good reason not to. It's going to be rather. Oh no, with red mail. Well, actually, doesn't Landmo do the same damage on red mail as green and blue?
I honestly don't.
I remember seeing people run into difficulty with that, but looks like he got the spin YBA because he went one room over and one room up before coming back to do that. That means we're seeing this fight normally instead of with all sorts of pretty colors. And with the ice rod and very accurate shots, Wulfy gets a very quick landmo kill and didn't get any valuable item off of landmo, but took care of the first crystal, didn't leave any orphans. Pretty good move.
Other than the big chest, but oh well.
That's right. And
In
Wulfy
the meantime,
will have the option of getting there pretty easily if he decides to follow in Flipheal's footsteps, because Flipheal right now is in a cave. It's a cave that started at Uncle's Passage and then connected via the Potion Superhighway to Thieves Town, and now can potentially connect to either Village of Outcasts, which looks like Flipheal's going towards, or he could have connected it to Desert, although without another potion that would have exclusively been a trip for the Desert Big Chest. So not too surprising to see him link
just
it.
go ahead and clear out these.
Yeah.
Also, I need to step away for just a moment.
Alrighty. So we have Wulfy getting the Houlihan money. That's nice, nice potion money. While Flipheal demonstrates the... Oh, no, Flipheal has the swamp key. So I was about to say that Flipheal's demonstrating the use of a cave state big key, but nope, he's not. Well, actually, I mean, he is. He is in cave state, so he would be able to open up those doors, blocking the access to the main. Yes, those are doors that require the big key. But now, this looks a little different than I'm used to seeing. Oh, no, okay. It worked fine. Okay, so what Fliphill just did, what Fliphill just did was doing a glitch called LSD Blind, which makes the colors go crazy in this fight, and it allows the reason to do that in this mode is to be able to walk out of the fight and connect these checks up to the getting into the Dark World. So Flipheal killed Blind. Because he was in cave state, he did not get the pendant or crystal for Thieves. So if Thieves is a crystal, he'll need to come back here and collect that crystal later. But this allows Flipheal to get everything in Thieves except for the big chest, which is a little bit isolated for him. We'll see if Wulfy finds the hammer before following in Flipheal's footsteps. That could potentially make a difference. But Wulfy picked up a blue potion instead of a red or green potion. So Wulfy won't be able to take that potion into Thieves like we saw from Flipheal, but he will be able to take that into the Dark World in Link State, which is what Wulfy is setting up to do now. Getting on a screen border and then using the blue potion on the same frame as going through the transition, which makes it behave like a flute, but a flute that does two important things. One, it allows you to use the flute in the Dark World, and two, it puts you in Super Buddy state. And from there, Wulfy can activate any pull animation, or even just touching a tree or entrance that you can pull is enough to put Wulfy in proper Link state on the proper Dark World Overworld, which is different than than what we see from Flipheal right now, where Flipheal is in Link state, but in the fake Dark World, because Flipheal got here from Uncle, whereas Wulfy got here from fluting in. So Wulfy, after entering the brewery and exiting, Wulfy's now back in bunny form, because neither of them have the Moon Pearl, and Wulfy's in the real Dark World. But Wulfy has the mirror, and so we'll be able to use Mirror Super Bunny to get these checks. While Flipheal looks like Flipheal's going back into Thieves for the quickly
For the
picking
prize.
up the prize. And welcome back.
Yep. Had to feel the dog real quick, and then also grab coffee because it's still morning.
Yep. So yeah, we see here Wulfy is doing a glitch where you activate the mirror on the same frame that you enter an entrance. It doesn't work on all entrances. I don't remember the specific characteristics of the entrances that it does work on, or
I
yeah,
think
that it doesn't
as
work
long as
on.
you can get on the final pixel before the transition, it should work. So if any doors that don't let you, you either need to finagle a way to get on that pixel, or just you can't.
Yeah, so this is It's a somewhat interesting divergence because, like, we saw Flipheal do all of these checks, but starting from the uncle instead, which made it a little bit faster. He avoided the fake flute, and he avoided the need for Mirror Super Bunny. He was able to do all of these checks in the fake Dark World, enjoying the free link state that you have there. While Wulfy, he had the fake flute, takes a little longer to set up. He had to do a few Mirror Super Bunnies, which also take longer to set up, which is why, yeah, Flipheal picked up, honestly, like a couple minutes lead from that, because Wulfy's now clearing out Thieves Town. In Thieves Town State, does have that big key, but just retreading Flipheal's footsteps just a little bit behind.
On Wulfy's side, this is going to be pretty much just a stock standard Thieves clear at this point. Not even glitches, just going through without a small key and a hammer, as you sometimes do in any mode, honestly. And
Yeah, it's
mirroring from the fake Dark World to the real Dark World. Checking Bumper Ledge and might just head on to Skull Woods because that's easily accessible just as a bunny.
Yeah, almost certainly. It's like Bumper Ledge is nothing. It's so easy to forget to do that check on the way to Skull Woods, and then never really find a good opportunity to get to that check in Skull Woods, or to get to that Bumper Ledge check. Sorry.
I mean, realistically, with the mirror, you can actually easily get a link state off of that item if you want to. I know you can do it with just with a bunny teleport, but mirror just makes it way easier because you can just mirror to Light World, do a ledge clip into the right pixel, then just mirror back to Dark World, and oh hey look, I'm on the teleport frame as bunny. I can jump up there and get bunny state or super bunny and pull a tree. Yay!
Yeah, that's a very good option with the mirror, but looks like today that item was nothing. Honestly, I'm really just surprised here. Like, I would have guessed that needing to leave Thieves and come back in for the prize would have kind of evened up these two routes. But so I'm surprised by how much faster the clearing Thieves Town and Cave State than coming back for the prize was compared to fake fluting. Yeah, that is definitely worth noting. Meanwhile, Flipheal finds a hookshot in Skullwoods because it's always there, right?
Oh boy, we can do powder index hook pushing now potentially if Flipheal knows how to do powder index stuff, which is a little trickier. Well, setting up fake powder lets you kind of do it a bit more freely. Using actual powder, you kind of need to save quit on the proper frame to set an index point in game's code to do whatever back-end tomfoolery that makes hook pushing work. I'm not 100% sure, honestly. But it works, and that's the important part.
Yeah, I think, at least for the hook pushes that I know, which is probably only 5% of all of the possible ones, but for the ones that I know, I think Flipheal would need either the Master Sword or the Fire Rod. But maybe there's some other activation.
We would need that.
Oh, okay.
I kind of forgot the point that we don't have a Fire Rod or Master Sword yet. Usually those just happen to be in your inventory by the time we get here.
yeah, kind of rare to get so many other pieces before getting that one. Now this is interesting on Flipheal's side. He checked the front of Skull, which we see Wulfy doing now as well. But then instead of a save and quit or setting up another potentially a fake flute. Flipheal decided to walk down here as a bunny, do a mirror wrap to pick up the Stumpy item and get Super Bunny state. And now I believe Flipheal can carry the Super Bunny state carefully, has to make sure not to get hit, but he can carry the state all the way down to a tree pole and get another Overworld Link state. So Flipheal's been able to check a lot of Dark World Overworld stuff, just taking advantage of glitched world states and link states. And is now able to, could go directly into Hype Cave and just end it there. He could walk back to the dig game first. Looks like that might be what he's doing.
Yeah, it seems he wants to take full advantage of this link state. Because at the moment they have one bottle, so they could do pot, which I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't see the pod play yet.
I know.
It
Like
Moon
Pearl's
like it's a full loot box. But...
Yeah, Moon Pearl's just there, right?
Yeah. That was probably in GT. Yeah, dig game, and probably you'll just teleport down to Mire, because, why not? You can check the medallion, I guess, on your way to Hype Cave.
Yeah, it always feels a little bad going down to Mire just for the check without being able to check Mire Shed, or if you were to check Mire Shed, then you'd be linking it up. Or it would be difficult to link it up with Hype Cave. It looks like Flipheal's choosing not to do that, deciding, you know what, I'm gonna get that information later. And he heads over to Hype Cave instead. So if something valuable is here, then Wulfy will need to make a dedicated trip just for it.
Oh, the hot new hair pot method.
Yep, the hair pot method discovered yesterday published yesterday by Lord Raiden. It is extremely free. I was able to do this like several hours after watching the video once, just by memory. It's honestly unbelievable just how free that method is. So we could probably expect to see a lot more of that method. You can read about it in the Randomizer Discord if you're interested. We'll be using the cane effectively for a nice almost NMG Moldorm kill.
So Flipheal going in here to dam. I'm assuming he's setting up a swamp play. He probably wants to combo Hera straight into swamp. Actually, he can clear out Hera, go straight down into swamp. Has flippers, has hook shot. He can actually just straight up just clear swamp the vanilla way without any real issue. I'm assuming he's just gonna combo those dungeons together. Meanwhile, yeah. Wulfy is gonna make the pod play.
Yeah, I imagine on Wulfy's side, whatever he finds here, he'll probably be thinking that he might be much later to it than Flipheal, but we know that Flipheal actually isn't there yet, and probably won't be there for a while because this is a little time-consuming. Now, okay, it looks like Flipheal isn't setting up for the Swamp Palace clear, so maybe that was just the... Oh, right, that was just the dam check. Flipheal hadn't... Or wait, did Flipheal save and quit after draining the dam? Yeah. Okay, so it was probably just a change of plans or something.
Yeah, I would assume so.
The lamp! Alright, well,
it looks like he wanted a Houlihan for money, I guess. And check Graveyard Ledge before committing to the dive, I suppose.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder what the plan is. but that lamp is another very, very useful tool for hook pushing. But I think still without the
We still need
bow,
yeah, a bow, a master sword, or a fire rod is now the limiting factor for push, which is kind of funny because that's never the case in any of these races.
At least for the hook pushes that that we're aware of, maybe one of the experts on comms might be able to inform us of some other hook pushing that they could do with their current tools on hand. But yeah, that is an unusual situation to get everything else you need for the very powerful glitch that lets you clip through walls, hook pushing. Okay, Krithel pointing out that Samaria allows you to stuck push without the need of the bow, and man, I would love to learn that because that sounds very useful.
I'm assuming it's probably some. I mean, the only thing I guess is using the Samaria beams as a slot filler instead of the bow.
Instead of arrows, yeah. So I'll have to give that a try. Not sure if either or both of our runners are aware of that use.
I guess, Mama, I didn't really think about the fact that you can just use a block instead. Because usually if you're doing stuck pushes, it's mostly because you don't have Samar. It's the main reason you're doing stuck pushes instead of hook pushes.
All right, so Wulfy is in pod in cave state, so he has 255 small keys to work with. Although, no, he had 255 small keys to work with until he obtained a small key, and because this game is weird, that overwrote his small key value from whatever it was before, all the way down to a mere 99 small keys. Imagine losing what 145 or so small keys. That's a huge loss. How will he ever recover?
Yeah, I actually how many small keys even exist in the game? Like,
I was just trying to think of that. It's like, is that more small keys than?
No, that's definitely more small keys than the whole game. 100%.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like if you include all the key drops, and we'll have to maybe ask some of our true pot hunt experts. Probably still more though. 150, so it would be like more than 10%. Yeah, it's definitely more.
Easily more.
Yeah.
Maybe not much more. For statue drag. With the mirror, very, very, very quick to do it with mirror. Without mirror, still doable, just takes longer. And yeah, do it a whole bunch of series of steps in order to pull a statue or pull an invisible statue through a door, which lets you juke the transition. And transition jukes do weird things in the game, and magic happens. And hey, look, you're here at Helmet Store. Your camera's also broken.
My goodness, Wulfy is going for a pretty aggressive.
Well, Wulfy does have red mail.
Yeah,
he's only taking with bomb damage. He's only taking a quarter heart with every bomb.
That's true. Okay, so yeah, a lot faster than just waiting for Helmsort to pause every third movement.
Yeah.
To,
if you aren't super confident, if you aren't super confident in bomb strat Helma, then this is a good way to do it. They're super confident in just tossing bombs all over to hit them.
Yeah, and that worked well. He pulled off a helm sword kill, and with only fighter sword and 6 hearts. But yeah, showing that that red mail made it a lot easier. Not finding much in pod aside from the lamp, which may seem insignificant, but as soon as Wulfy finds either the fire rod or another sword, we'll probably see him start doing a bunch of very fancy glitches.
Yep. And meanwhile, Flip having to take 2 trips into swamp because he doesn't have hammer, has to do one dash Hutchison just to get the dam or get the water lever, mirror out, do another Citrusin, and now he is about to walk out finally with swamp set up. Wait, you need to open up the door, Flip. Or does he have the swamp small? I hope he has the swamp small. I don't think he does.
Uh-oh. Did he not open the door?
Okay, he does. He has swamp small.
He does. Okay.
So he's just keeping that key. Good.
That's understandable.
I was be like,
Yeah. Keeping the key so you can use it in so you can use it to potentially open up Hera Basement. Yeah, is pretty understandable.
Hera Basement or potentially even Medallionless Mire if that comes up. Go open up the key rat room.
Yeah, good use for it. Well, no, you'd be in pod state in that case, right?
Well, no, just open up the door in the sewers to the key rat.
Oh, just to like take a separate trip for that for some reason?
Well, it's if Medallionless Mire comes up, you need to open up the sewers door to like walk back there. And well, I guess if you're in pod state, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you definitely have pod small, so whatever. Yeah. Let's just do the basement.
All right, so we see here some divergence that seemed like it may have been significant, but probably won't be. I think the chances of Flipheal skipping a clear of Crystal Pod seems pretty low in my opinion. Although he's getting somewhat close to go mode. Meanwhile,
yeah, we still need a fire rod for Trinex. We still need Master Sword. Those are 2 hard required items that we're gonna need for this seed still.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we're looking for at this point. Which is kind of a decent go mode to be in. Like, you know, that way, at least if you assume your opponent is on a similar path that you are, that means that you know you're not going to have radically different go modes. Like there's no getting around either of those requirements.
So all Flipheal gets on left side swamp is $300, which I mean is kind of nice. Not worth left side swamp for, but yeah, the money's good. And GT big, which isn't. I mean, if you didn't have a cave state key, that'd be great. At the moment, doesn't do a whole lot other than makes routing GT a little bit more convenient if you decide to go in GT state, which I mean, I guess with only 1 bottle is the more likely thing to happen.
Yeah, it's nice for flexibility. Just it gives you slightly more options because orphaning the GT big chest never feels good. So yeah, we see on Wulfy's side just a little bit behind Flipheal, although he does have that again, he has that pod clear.
He has pod clear, and he also cleared out a desert too.
But
which granted is pretty quick to clear desert. It's like a 2-minute adventure at most.
Yeah, but we see here again Wulfy clearing out swamp, similar to how Flipheal did it, with preserving the dam state. There's a nice bombos that allows us to kill Cold Stare. That's another requirement you can't get past. You need either bombos or fire rod to kill Cold Stare. Although it is a pendant, so probably won't matter. Oh, they both got stair glitched. If anyone in chat knows a consistent way to avoid that stair glitch, please teach me. Oh, look, Wulfy did exactly the same play that that Flipheal did, where deliberately skipping opening up the front door on your way out to save the hierarchy as
you
a
may as
hierarchy.
well.
Yeah,
And
it's
there
a
isn't
good
much of a
play.
yeah, there really isn't much of a reason to have an extra swamp small. So far, Swamp hasn't, other than Bombos, which might. Oh, wait, Meyer's a pendant, so we don't need to worry about Meyer entry. Huh.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so far, Swamp not really pulling up much of anything. The Bombos might be nice. Maybe. Just for convenience sake, if anything else.
Yeah. And if Fire Rod ends up on Cold Stair with the other Fire Rod somewhere awful. But that's never happened before, right?
Nah, never. Yo, if I don't see some hook cushion for the hook pushing soon.
Hey! All right, and almost as if he summoned it, Yoho said, "If I don't see some hook cushion for the hook pushing soon, I'm gonna freak out." And then, as he said that, Flipheal found the bow, which, even though they still don't have the Fire Rod or Master Sword for easy Samaria hook pushing, the bow allows easy bow and bomb stuck pushing. So, yeah, we can see some potentially we could see some pretty powerful glitches coming up soon. But first, a quick check of Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess just had it isolated, just want to clear it out. I mean, he's still looking for Fire Rod and Master Sword.
Oh yeah, yeah. I wonder if he might be thinking similar to what we said about Wulfy earlier for going back for that shovel, like playing defensively, covering yourself against walking away from extremely important items in early spheres that your opponent may have gotten.
Yeah, honestly, with this toolkit, my first thought would honestly probably just be go to GT, stuck push past some doors.
I think
Get
this is
a
gonna be
bunch of loot.
I think this is gonna be a Zora check.
Maybe
it's so rare. It's so rare in this stream.
Yeah, I'm shocked both players decided to do left side swamp. I mean, I guess it almost feels like a slight bit of a desperation, trying to find. I need Fire Rod. I need. Well, we don't need a bow actually at all. It would be nice to have. I need a sword. I need something, please, game. Yes, as much as people joke about, go mode in like 15 minutes in most of these races in chat, we really haven't found go mode at all yet. We're still 2 items short from a true go mode.
Yeah, and it's somewhat common in this mode to or it's somewhat common regardless of modes to some people have the rule of thumb of always do the left side swamp check if you're more than 1 item from go mode. That may have been what was on their minds.
I didn't know. I didn't know about
also,
that.
Yeah, I forgot that that Ice Rod was a 1-hit kill on these. So this is a I'm not sure how much time this saves over double fighter sword spins, but Wulfy demonstrating demonstrating very quick swaps.
Yeah, hey, that's news to me. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, unfortunately he used up all his magic there, so now this is going to be a pretty slow phase 2.
Yeah, I would assume double hooking with consistency would be faster. So even with Fire Sword,
Yeah.
sometimes even letting a puff get away every now and again, I would think that would still end up being faster.
Yeah, so now Wulfy is, once again, our two runners have done very similar checks. Flipheal's now following in Wulfy's footsteps a little bit, clearing out Pod, as we saw Wulfy do earlier. Might have a little bit easier time on Helma thanks to the bow. Whereas Wulfy has the opportunity to give us some new checks. What do you think? Maybe, well, in my
Potions
position,
first.
yeah, that makes sense. If I was in Wulfy's position, I think I would be thinking about GT. With this set of gear, you could pretty easily stuck push the left side of GT. I'm not sure how familiar Wulfy is with that particular stuck push.
Find a blue potion
just-
implying he's gonna fake flute, probably.
All right, a fake flute play. With the items Wulfy has on hand, he could check all but 2 items in TR. Maybe that's his destination. Maybe he's thinking, you know, if I get Fire Rod in TR and another sword somewhere, like TR is good density, that could be what he's after. The only other kind of big density play that I see in front of Wulfy right now would have been GT, but there's no reason to buy a blue potion if that's your destination. That's my guess. This is a play for TR from Wulfy.
We shall see.
Yep. Wulfy doing his second fake flute of the seed and
Or this goes
immediately
straight to Hype Cave.
proving me wrong.
This could just be straight for Hype Cave, just for all the items that are in there.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it's nothing from Flipheal, but it is 5 items, and he does have the money to burn for extra potions right now. Like this is a desperate search for a sword and a fire rod.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to see this play instead of GT or TR, because you are forced to kind of go out of your, walk all the way to the dig game and Stumpy, and then walk all the way back to Hype Cave, because if Wulfy had walked into Hype Cave and walked out, he would have been put back in bunny state.
I guess you can also debate in 2 out of 3 medallions. You could debate just dipping into Mire itself, even without cave state or other dungeon state shenanigans.
Mire with no big key, like it seems preferable to do that in cave state if you can.
Yeah.
Although with only 1 bottle, there's not really good access to it.
Yeah, you don't really have a good way of doing it. You have to do the Overworld conveyor, which I'm not sure.
Oh, right.
Which I'm not sure if Wulfy's versed in that. I wouldn't be surprised if. It's a trick that doesn't come up very often, and it's also very difficult and very finicky, and a lot of black magic voodoo goes into play to make it work.
Now this is interesting. I looked away for a moment, and Flipheal is now in pod state, but Flipheal's over here and opening up that door, which makes me think. Do you think this is a setup for a quadrant glitch instead of going for Helma?
I think he wants to do both. He's gonna do Helma first. He's gonna do Helma first, and then if he's blowing up that wall, that's definitely the quadrant glitch over to Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay. So
Because you could just walk right back into pod and then just do the quadrant glitch afterwards.
yeah, so doing the right side of pod in pod state just so you can mirror out instead of running out. That makes sense. Uh-huh. Well, Wulfy's showing us that we're not sure which ones they were, but 2 out of the 5 crystals that Wulfy has are the red crystals. Of course, we've already glitched. Both runners have already glitched into Pyramid Fairy, so that doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, Wulfy buying a red now. Good if you don't quite know 100% what to do with that potion yet.
I hate it when runners buy red potions because it makes it hard for me to guess what they're about to do next.
Honestly, for me, if I'm buying a red potion, 9 times out of 10, I'm thinking of the route ahead, and I don't 100% know what the potion is in half a second, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
red potion, go. Red potion work.
Yep.
So what is Wulfy doing? Wulfy is...
This has to be GT, right? Because it's a red potion and not a blue potion, so the only option available to Wulfy now is Citrus
GT.
Slip, and that's exactly what we see him doing. It's interesting that he chose not to fix his camera in Hera before doing this, which doesn't
matter.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter much. This glitch still has the same inputs, but like a lot of people will use their shadow for that, for the pixel lineups for that, and you don't have a shadow after wrapping your camera without fixing it at Hera. So
let's see. Okay, so Flipheal's going for turtle power here. It looks like, yeah, this is turtle power. This is where you can line yourself up on a specific X pixel, and on the very first frame that you clink on a turtle, you have to let go of a spin, and essentially the recoil throws you over 2 specific coordinates, and for whatever reason, it makes the game kind of freak out and it breaks the camera. And the camera's going to be broken, honestly, extremely similar to how if you potion glitch the right side of pod, which I'm sure everybody's done at this point. It's a very common glitch. And
well, also it's similar to what we saw from both runners earlier in the race, where they used a Beamos blast to knock them over a midpoint on a super tile. Except there we used clinking off the turtles to do the same thing.
Wulfy's doing tile room first.
Oh boy,
chat's
gonna give him grief for that, I'm sure. But still being 2 items from go mode, it's understandable. So it looks like Flipheal's first attempt at getting this glitch wasn't successful. I think this might be the most failed glitch that I've seen in this tournament so far. Well, unless you count failed YBAs in general. So this is kind of an interesting, maybe a cross keys veteran play on Wulfy's side, just going straight for the lamp bomb jump for right side GT instead
a
of...
little surprising, because I mean you do have all left side available, which is a lot of checks that you could do.
Yeah, but getting those checks on the left side would require a stuck push that Wulfy may or may not be comfortable with. Whereas, as a cross keys vet, Wulfy is definitely comfortable with this. That was a little close on that fireball, but pulled it off. Meanwhile, interesting things going on Flipheal's side. After breaking his camera with the quadrant glitch off the turtles, he walks all the way around to that hole he opened up to the fairy room, and is rewarded with the hammer. Not an extremely important item in this mode, but it it will give him much easier access to the left side of GT than the path in front of Wulfy. So
honestly, at this point, it's his best combat weapon too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Wulfy going all the way right? That's surprising. I'm not surprised he wanted to check the right side of GT, but going to Ice Armos to the right is a bit surprising. Saying again, unless he doesn't know the stuck push to the left, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, chat pointing out that he could do some of the left side without stuck pushing. I know he could do
a bomb juke,
like
to get the
juke to DM's room, but continuing after that I think is difficult. Whereas the stuck push just lets you full clear left side as normal. Now this is going to be interesting. This is going to be the second time in this race that we found our runners in the same dungeon, but having taken different paths to get there. Wulfy did a citrus clip to enter GT in GT state, whereas Flipheal attempted to do a YBA in Hookshot Cave to enter GT in cave state, but looks like he failed the YBA and interestingly chose to save and quit instead of continuing on to clear out the front of TR. Yeah, that's
I think he's just slightly upset.
I
think Flip is just determined to go to GT because it is dense, and also at this point he does have the hammer and the GT big key, so he could just walk in normally. Honestly, like he could, if he can citrus clip in, he can go the same route Wulfy does. Only he has the hammer to just do left side without any real shenanigans at all.
And yeah, chat pointing out a route that I forgot, and I think Wulfy is actually capable of. In fact, we see him kind of signaling that may be what he's about to do here with a YBA in this room. This takes you, I believe, to Rando room.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can link that up after here. But
you can really just do Rando room. You can't really, because I think your camera's broken afterwards and it doesn't 100% work.
Oh. Unfortunately, after the YBA,
yeah, you have to navigate you have to basically navigate a room you can't see.
So Wulfy missed the next step required to YBA to Rando room.
This is the bomb juke or using Samaria to juke it, either or. They both work.
Yeah, and I think this just signals that Wulfy's more comfortable with this with the door juke compared to the stuck push. So, because Wulfy is currently doing a door juke to DM's room instead of... Was that a... Oh, no.
I think the block was in the way. I think he walked into the block and got stuck, potentially? Yeah, Wulfy didn't explode the block. That was the problem. Which hard locks you because you're stuck in the door in like such a way you can't actually blow up the block. But then you're also stuck against the block and Link can't move. So you're just kind of locked in place.
Oof. Well, that has to feel bad on Wulfy's side. We know that that Flipheal has also been having difficulty getting into GT, but the stuff that Wulfy checked in GT at least ended up not having very much. Now, once and if Flipheal gets into GT, he will be able to easily check more in GT. Still be able to get to the left side chest that Wulfy attempted to get, but wasn't able to.
He's going to have 10 extra checks he can easily access in GT. Oh, hey, look, the sword's just sitting there in Eastern.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Just go to your green pendant Eastern. There you go. Now you can do a full hook push. as long as you have full health anyway.
Yeah, a full and a normal hook push, and the Samaria hook pushes I know Wulfy's familiar with. Although, I guess with the crystals left to him, there aren't really many opportunities. Like, there aren't many reasons to use it.
Yeah, I mean,
meanwhile, Flipheal showing us another bunny citrus to clip up to GT.
And this is Wulfy going to Meyer. Does he have a? Okay, he has a red potion. Good.
Oh yeah, he got it back from the hard reset. Yeah, so kind of.
There wasn't anything in GT anyway, so
yeah, turning mistakes into miracles. All right, Flipheal struggling a little bit with this citrus clip. Oh, is Flipheal attempting the one frame clip instead of the citrus? I'm not sure which.
Don't know. And I'm pretty sure this is just citrus. I think it just might look funny with a sprite.
Oh yeah, the start of it is the same. Meanwhile, Wulfy giving us Pendant Mire checks on a fire rod hunt. Yeah, interesting to find him in Pendant Mire instead of TR. Oh, although, actually, now that I've said that, well, first off, good job to Flipheal for successfully executing the clip into GT. So Wulfy's path to go mode, clearing TR in this state would require either either some technique I don't know of, or a double YBA, or a stock push with the boomerang. And I know Wulfy's comfortable with the double YBA. I don't know if he's comfortable with the stock push, and he only has one bottle. So Wulfy may actually be 2 items from his personal go mode, which could explain why he's in Mire instead of just hoping for the one remaining item he needs in TR.
So let's see if left side GT has anything of value in here.
Yeah, this is potentially a pivotal moment in the race.
Comes where in the world is this fire rod?
Yeah, there are 2 of them in the pool, but so far our runners have found neither.
At this point, Flipheal has... Actually, where was the TR big that Flipheal found? I don't remember.
That could be important.
I
know Wulfy would love to have that.
Yeah, you can skip doing the stuck, or you can skip doing the push, or double YBA into Trinex. Also, where are the other 2 swords? We're clearing through a lot of this game. We haven't found it.
Ooh, Wulfy taking a bunch of damage. Has to be a little careful. But with half magic and invincibility items, he's wisely playing it safe.
And he really wants to. He can even just powder a fairy. Yeah, he doesn't have the big key, so he only has 1 more check left in this dungeon.
And Flipheal just cleared out the entire left side of GT and didn't find anything, so...
Hey look, the big key to Eastern.
While in Eastern, how convenient. Oh, that allows him to... that allows him to open up this big chest. That's, in fact, I think you could see him react to that as well. He's like, wait a minute, I wasn't... So, Wulfy probably was about to skip that big chest, but because he's in Eastern State and he just found the Eastern Big Key, that gives you the ability to open up big chests. Now what is Wulfy doing? Oh, Wulfy's
leaving
walking out. Yeah,
in
yeah.
Mire
Walking out the front door puts Wulfy in the mire in fake Dark World state. Even though he looks like a bunny, that's just his sprite. He is in Link state right now. You can tell because he has a red mail and isn't naked. But the being in fake Dark World state, because he entered Mire from Eastern instead of normally, meant that when he walked out the front door, he was still in fake Dark World state and was able to just very easily go and pick up those Mire Shed chests, which ended up not having anything. Now here's the question: does Flipheal do Tile Room and the right side bomb jump? Which, yeah, looks like he's doing Tile Room at least. We'll see if he does the right side bomb jump, which is not free and definitely not fast. So if he does, then that will kind of widen what looks like it's beginning to be a little bit of a lead, although with
this is, I mean, the Flipheal is at minimum 2 items off Go still. Like, he is desperate for one of the fire rods, he's desperate for one of the swords. And he's, at this point, absolutely committing to slow checks just to try to find one.
Yeah, and we know that neither of those items will be behind the right side of GT, which it does look like Flipheal is going after right now. But the one thing that could work to Flipheal's advantage in this situation is depending on Wulfy's glitch comfortability. The fact that we didn't see a stuck push from him earlier for the left side of GT means that we probably won't be seeing a stuck push from him in TR, which means he will need either a second bottle or that TR Big Key, which I think Krithel was saying Flipheal got in Super Bunny, which is a little awkward for Wulfy to make his way to.
Yeah, not that you can't. It's just, you know, do you want to commit going to East Death Mountain for Super Bunny Cave, which I doubt Wulfy wants to.
Yeah.
It happened to line up great for Flipheal getting the turtle power, able to just clear out that area of East Dark Mountain in Link State, so it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, so
Flipheal, what are you doing?
Yeah, what Flipheal could do now could make or break this race. Let's see where Flipheal goes. Looks like he's probably picking up a potion, maybe?
And yeah, Krithel, well, yeah, that's definitely the easiest East Dark Mountain check to get to. It's, I think it just doing Super Bunny, if that's all you have access to realistically, is not the most tempting play. All things considered. That's probably why.
And like one of the items that would make that play a lot stronger would be the TR Big Key.
Fire Rod.
Oh, the Fire Rod. That's a potential go mode, but the fact that Wulfy isn't immediately jumping at TR does potentially confirm my suspicion that Wulfy is still looking for either the TR Big Key or second bottle. Oh, second and third bottle. Because while there are ways to get into TR, like there are ways around that requirement. I'm not sure if Wulfy's familiar with those ways, so Wulfy would first need to fake flute over to East Death Mountain. Then the Moon Pearl. Well, immediately, I was about to say, one of the things he could do to lower that bottle requirement by 1 would be would be the Moon Pearl. So now he doesn't need to fake flute over there. And this could be huge. That Moon Pearl means it's now trivial for Wulfy to chase the huge density in front of him in Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny Cave, and he'll be finding his big key there. So yeah, that's really, really good news for Wulfy. Although not going there? Question mark.
I think he's doing Skullwoods first.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta do Skullwoods anyway. You may as well just knock it out now.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable with the TR to Skullwoods map wrap. But yeah, Ice having the jackpot, and Flipheal following in Wulfy's footsteps a little bit. Flipheal did a juke to get the big key chest, which I think we didn't see from Wulfy at all. So I know Wulfy stopped his exploration of Eastern to go over to Mire. And I don't remember if we saw that juke from him earlier, but yeah, Flipheal doing that gave him quick access to those chests. Oh, and picking up that heart to get
So
sword beams. Yeah, it gives him which I believe this is our first hook push of the race. No, unfortunately, Flipheal fired his. Okay. Is this gonna work with the sword beams going right?
I think you can shoot the initial sword beam against the wall you want to go, and then essentially do it again in a completely different direction, and it should still work.
Interesting. And that gets around it, because my concern was with the sword beam hitting the wall that you wanted to go through, like that'll often set a like Terminator there and give you a what's 75% chance of just running into an invisible wall. But yeah, Flipheal executing that hook push nicely. I believe that's our first hook push of the race, and giving him quick access to that green pendant. Yeah, we might see Flipheal go back in. Oh, he got the mitts. That's not particularly significant.
It's nice to have.
Yeah, it looks like Flipheal's going back in.
Might push him to go towards ice. So now he can just walk into ice normally and just clear it real fast.
Oh yeah, that is easier access to ice. But with when Flipheal just got his access to the Samaria hook pushing kit, like is ice the first place he goes on a fire rod hunt?
Thing is,
we'll have to see.
Like at this point, he hasn't done Mire. He's going to Mire right now. He hasn't done Mire. He hasn't done Ice. He hasn't done TR, and that's really it. Now Wulfy, if Wulfy clears Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny, which he probably will, because it's 6 items that are pretty fast. If he's still looking for one more item to go.
Yeah, there's no reason not to,
and then that is pure go mode for him.
And if Wulfy was going to do TR first before that, then we would have seen him pull out the mirror. What could be a little scary for Wulfy, and it looks like he might be thinking about this, is if Wulfy chooses to hook push to the top of GT from here instead of going to Super Bunny Cave, then that could isolate Super Bunny Cave a little bit.
Okay,
but nope.
I think he's debating if he wanted to check Super Bunny first before committing to the top of GT play.
Yeah. So what I expect we'll see from Wulfy here will be getting this big key and then immediately doing mirrorless Super Bunny, mirrorless laser bridge entry, which is always fun to see. It's one of my favorite Overworld glitches. To get into the back of TR and finish out the seed with a nice Master Sword Silverless. Clear, unless everything's just on Laser Bridge, because everything's just always on Laser Bridge. On Flipheal's side, we see what we saw from Wulfy earlier. I don't think I pointed it out at the time, but you can see the camera isn't quite it isn't quite working as usual in that room, which completely messes with enemy timings. So that room can be a lot more annoying when you enter here from Eastern.
I have like a tempered sword on Laser Bridge.
Imagine. Wulfy pulling off very smooth laser skips and is rewarded for that by with a much faster Ganon fight.
Ganon goes from a slog to a pretty comfortable fight now. And you just gotta finish out the game relatively normally.
Yep.
Well, other than Lava Dive, that's not gonna be normal whatsoever. But
yeah, chat's wondering if Wulfy will follow up this Trinix kill with turning right back around, going back into TR, and doing a STC followed by a quadrant glitch to get to the Aga 2 fight. Speaking as Wulfy's Glitch League partner, I don't know if Wulfy is familiar with that quadrant glitch. He might be. He might have learned it on his own time since then. But if he doesn't know that, then we'll probably see him head back to the middle of TR for the more usual. I don't even know if it's right to say the more usual, because that quadrant glitch is becoming quite popular for exactly this situation. But
granted, he does have Hammer and Moon Pearl, so he can easily just mirror into Dark World and just clip into Middle Bridge and go.
Yeah. So
which might be a little faster than. Well, probably not faster if you can get the quadrant glitch in one go, but this is definitely a more comfortable method, I think.
Yep, and Flipheal picking up another blue potion, signaling an intent to fake flute. I wonder where Flipheal's planning to fake flute to. Oh, probably TR, right?
Probably, I guess.
So he could be rewarded by this if there's if the second fire rod is just in TR, which honestly I think is some of the highest density remaining in the game. So there's a good chance it's just there, and that'll put Flipheal in go mode as well.
Wait, what did Wulfy do to get landed in that room?
Oh, I wasn't watching on Wulfy's side. What happened?
He ended up in like one of the empty box rooms in TR after doing the quadrant glitch.
Oh, huh. Krithol says, oof, double STC. Huh.
Didn't even know that was a thing. Now I know.
Interesting.
Oh, you didn't pick up a Samaria block, so you STC'd again. Oh, okay.
Alright, and after using an STC, which corrupts that transition, allowing him to fall through the floor in the lava room, which takes you to, of course, exactly where you'd expect to end up after falling into a pit of lava. You end up in the Aga 2 fight, having a very fun rainbow party. Yay!
Nice and crispy.
Flipheal is checking just in the front of Skull Woods. I could have sworn we saw Flipheal head up to the Skull Woods area after clearing Village of Outcasts earlier. I don't remember what happened.
I don't think he did the left side. I think he just did that right chest and into middle, I think.
That's interesting.
I think he didn't have any Skullwood Smalls at the time, and he didn't want to do the drop down. Yeah, this is Flipheal is going to do the push into the back of Skullwoods and just clear it.
Oh, nice. So first, setting an index with the lamp, and then getting a slot 9 block using Boots Dust and Sword Beams, and using a key on a door unnecessarily, but who cares? We got plenty of those. Using Boots Dust and a Samaria block and Sword Beams again, and now using the hook shot and interrupting it on the first frame after it hits the thing that it pulls you towards, which would have activated the hook push and allowed him to fly through the right wall. But something went wrong there. I don't really know what. Because I don't like his Terminator was set on the high wall, so I don't know why. I don't know why his first hook push failed. Maybe it was missing the frame that you have to stop. Oh no! He set the direction going up instead of right, so he pulled off the. Oh, I see. Chat pointing out that he did a sword beam that I hadn't seen. But while I was focused on Flipheal's hook pushing, Wulfy had a fairly smooth Tempered Sword Silverless Ganon fight and finished it out, so GG's in chat. And it looks like Flipheal has chosen to forfeit instead of continuing to chase the fire rod that would have been his go mode. So we will hopefully get them both in here for an interview. I see we are joined now by our winner of today's race, Wulfy. So GG Wulfy and welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And yeah, we might see Flipheal in here in a minute, but before Flipheal shows up, Wulfy, any initial thoughts on the scene?
I'm just so glad that the TR Biggie showed up when it did.
Yeah, we were wondering because one potential go mode in front of you without the TR Big Key would have been the boomerang stuck push to try next. So were you concerned that maybe Flipheal might have known that and had an advantage there?
Well, I don't know if he knows it, but I don't know it. So my next play, like if the TR Big Key didn't show up, was literally just going to be to go look up guides on how to do it.
Oh boy, that's a fun one to learn on the fly like that.
so Wulfy, you know how to do a bow bomb stuck push, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for Trinix, it's actually you can just do a bow bomb stuck push. Only before you activate it, you throw a boomerang up left and just let it come back to you. And then you just activate it like normal, and that's a Trinix push.
Okay.
You just add in that one extra step before the final release, and
yeah, that's just a trick I keep forgetting to practice.
Yeah, it's very fun, but yeah, we were as viewers, we were wondering if that could have decided this race.
I was like opening Discord and searching for like Trinex hook push, and nothing was coming up. I was like, oh no, and then I open a chest and it's the TR Big Key. It's like, oh, I guess I don't have to search anymore.
If you'd searched back a little more, you may have come across me whining about having difficulty learning it myself. But we are also joined in chat by Flipheal. So GG Flipheal and welcome.
Yeah, GG's.
I'm sure it's your entire kingdom for our fire rod for this seed. Because we never found the second fire rod. We saw where one was, and that was in Ice Palace in the whatever you call that room. You just like hit the switch and it pops up with the spikes in the middle. I forget the name of that chest.
The spike chest?
Is it just called spike chest? I don't know the name. I'm bad at that.
Yeah, so Wulfy found the fire rod in Pendant Dice, and then some runners would have just immediately said, "Oh, I got the fire rod, I'm in go mode," mirror out instantly, and then fake flute over to TR and stuck push Trinex, job done. But Wulfy, because he wasn't familiar with that stuck push and was still hunting for, I guess, either 2 more bottles or the TR Big Key, continued doing more checks in Ice Palace, and almost immediately afterwards found the Moon Pearl. So that made the trip.
That was
easier.
such a lucky Moon Pearl too.
Yeah,
So glad that was there.
Yeah, that Moon Pearl just happened to shove you to East Mountain, which happened to have the TR Big, which puts you straight into go mode. It was a very lucky pushing you in the correct direction item.
Yeah, Ice was a very fortunate play on this one. Up until that point, it was honestly fascinating for watching both of you. You had extremely similar routing. But it was funny. There were a couple moments where you both ended up in the same dungeon at almost the same time, just in with different paths of entry. So Wulfy, you fake fluted to thieves, whereas Flipheal, you did green YBA from Uncle to thieves. And I was surprised the Uncle to thieves route for that whole area ended up being quite a bit more efficient than the fake flute route. I think you picked up maybe a couple minutes from choosing that approach instead. I'm curious, both of you, what was your reasoning behind the path to thieves that you chose?
I find that surprising, considering that the way of going to thieves from Uncle requires you to like backtrack all the way through thieves and then go through it forward again. So
yeah, that's what I thought as well, which is why I was very surprised watching it. Like, okay, they started on this route at about the same time, and somehow Flipheal ended up. It looked like he came a couple minutes ahead. So I might want to rewatch that segment and see where exactly that, because that's one of the biggest puzzles about that common segment of no logic routing.
Yeah, there was one
like
opportunity
how to route thieves.
Yeah, there was one opportunity with the Samaria to do a fast thieves, which you had the Samaria before desert. So that in that useless room in the top right corner, the trap room, if you do north SDC towards that room and you walk left, you transition into the thieves' attic hallway, and you can just walk right up there and bomb open the floor. Granted, if you've already, I think it's like what, if you've already gotten that middle chest or is the right side chest, it opens up the chest in the thieves' attic by doing the SDC. So just hope there's nothing important in there. But otherwise, you can just open up the attic, and then when you go to thieves, it's already open, and you can do a very, very fast clear of thieves in that case.
Interesting.
Is it the
Yeah,
right
I don't know.
side?
It just worked
closed?
out well.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know. You had the mirror, so you could just do the front and do it anyway. And yeah, I don't know. It's just nice if you don't like. You do the dash turn, and then if you do the select thing in the boss, so you can actually walk out. Yeah, I don't know. I just slowly picked that up from people, and it just works pretty well.
So that was one instance of same dungeon, different approaches, and the other was GT. Wulfy, you went in with your first trip into GT well, Wulfy, your only trip into GT was the Citrus, and then Citrus to enter GT in GT state. Whereas Flipheal, your first trip into GT was in Cave State from Hookshot Cave, if I remember correctly.
Well, that's what I tried to do. That's when the game decided that every glitch I would try to do to get into GT would just fail. That was really frustrating. I lost 5 minutes at least trying to get in there.
That's right. I saw you attempted. Did you ever actually end up in GT in Cave State, or
No, Flipheal's.
I only had one bottle the whole seed, and yeah, that one bottle that I messed it up, of course.
the
After
glitches
the longest, track to get in there.
Okay,
which would have been a really great routing from Pod to Hookshot Cave to Super Bunny and to GT and Cave State and clear GT out. You just pulled the hammer, which makes clearing the left side really easy. It would have just been a very, very, very good route.
Yeah, so Flipheal, I'm curious if you had found yourself in Ice Palace in with the current inventory. Let's say you finish clearing out Skull in this situation, and you head to Pendant Ice. You get that fire rod. What do you do? Do you continue opening chests in ice?
I don't know. Where was it? Where was the fire rod again?
The spike chest. So pretty early in the Ice Palace clear.
Yeah, this would be essentially right after the icebreaker and go past the H room. You would get it.
I don't know. If I only had desert and TR left, maybe I don't. If I had the big key as well, maybe. If I didn't have the big key, I'd probably keep going.
So are
I guess
you?
at that point, since you don't have the ice big and you don't plan on, you don't need the prize. You could just go through Ice Palace and Cave State. It doesn't really matter at that point. But
so Flipheal, I was impressed by some of the hook pushing tech. The hook push that you did in Eastern, I didn't know that you could use multiple sword beams like that. The first one, I guess, to set the direction, and then the second one to fix the Terminators, I guess. Was that the purpose of the second one?
I don't know. I just always, usually the first one's for direction and the second one's for distance. I'm not actually really great at hook pushing, so usually every no logic race becomes me remembering how to hook push whatever I do know. So
okay. So are you familiar with the stuck push that would have saved Wulfy a bunch of effort on his path? Specifically the stuck push.
I do know that one actually, with the
Trinex,
the arrows and bombs. That one I'm actually pretty comfortable with.
And the one with the boomerang to just zoom all the way to Trinex.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that was if your paths had been a little bit different, that could have made a difference in this race. Although I guess you picked up the TR big key earlier. But yeah,
with only one fire rod, unfortunately, right. I'm guessing the other one's in TR. That's where I was gonna go next, I guess. And I don't know. Ice was I didn't know. I don't know if I should go into ice or not. Maybe if I did that instead of Eastern Mire, but then I wouldn't have had the sword, so who knows.
Yeah, so this was a really interesting race to watch. This was the first of a best of 3 in an elimination series, so puts Wulfy one ahead. I think you've already scheduled your second match for tomorrow at 8 Eastern. So any thoughts going into the second match, and any thoughts going into the second match, and then for whoever wins the series, going up to face Mr. Buyer in round 2.
I just hope the glitches I try to do at the end actually work, and I just hope it's a closer race than this one.
I also hope my glitches work. I also kind of hope that it's a less stressful seed than some of the ones I've been getting so far.
Yes. This really was just came down to the fire rod placement being extremely unfortunate, and who knows what the second one is, wherever that one ended up being.
Oh yeah. I just want to mention the funniest moment of that seed for me was when I tried to door juke in GT and forgot to get rid of my block and accidentally did a West Samaria.
And
And
have
froze
to
my
hard lock
game.
yourself, yeah.
And then it's a good thing I found only junk items in GT because I could just reset and not worry about it.
Yeah, even like not only was that forced reset, you didn't lose anything in GT, but you got your red potion back and you were able to use it.
Yeah,
I forget where you used it.
I think I used it to go to ice.
That's right. That's right. So that was yeah, I remember commenting turning mistakes into miracles. But yeah, this was a fun one to watch. Hopefully, it was a fun one to play, and definitely best of luck to both of you going into your game 2 tomorrow. Yeah, so I think that about does it for us. Big thanks to both runners and to Crystal for tracking, and to everyone in chat for watching. I think this is the last No Logic race that we have on the schedule for today. So next one scheduled will be once again tomorrow at 8 p.m. I've been Krubble, and I've been joined by my co-commentator Brett Kuhn. Thanks so much for joining me on comms, and I'll let you take us out.
Goodbye, everybody. Bye, and hope whatever Speed Gaming goes to next will be fun. I'm not sure what's next on Speed Gaming schedule, but something fun. I need to run off to do my race for cross keys. Bye.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.